When we think about the God of the Old Testament, we often get these two clashing images, right? On one hand, there's the majestic creator bringing life into existence, and on the other, there's this stern, powerful judge bringing punishment. But what if it's not really a tension at all? What if these two roles are actually just two sides of the very same coin? And that's really the big question we're diving into here. Is this a contradiction, or is there a much deeper, more profound logic at play? We're going to explore this powerful synthesis that connects these two roles that, at first glance, seem totally opposite.
So let's get right into it. We're going to start with the main argument, the central idea that's going to guide us through this whole thing. Okay, here's the key takeaway right up front. The right to judge flows directly from the act of creation. I mean, think about it. Because God built the universe and, set all the rules, he has the authority to step in when those rules get broken. It's not some separate power he has. It's really just two parts of the same job description, creator and judge. They're one and the same. But why? Why exactly does creating something give you the right to judge it? Let's unpack that. Because it all builds on a really foundational concept: the logic of divine ownership. Just check out the logic in this verse. The psalmist doesn't just claim the earth is God's. He tells you why. He says, for he founded it. It's cause and effect. Creation equals ownership. And this isn't just a poetic idea. It's the theological bedrock for God's right to exercise mishpat, or judgment, over his own property. The authority comes directly from being the one who made it all in the first place.
Okay, so to really unlock this idea, there are three key Hebrew words we gotta get a handle on. First up is bara. This is the unique power to create something out of absolutely nothing, a power that only God has. And that right there gives him total authority. Next, you've got mishpat. That's the order, the justice, the way things are supposed to work. Not just socially, but cosmically. So judgment is just the act of putting mishpat back in place. And finally, tohu wabohu. That's the formless, empty chaos from before creation even began. Now hang on to that last one because it's the terrifying state the world risks returning to when order is completely destroyed. And that leads us to our most dramatic section. We're about to see how some of the most famous judgment stories in the Old Testament are actually shown as this powerful, deliberate reversal of creation itself. It's fascinating stuff. The idea here is just wild. When humanity brings so much moral chaos into the world that it corrupts God's good order, the judgment that follows isn't just some random punishment. No, it's a form of uncreation. It's like God allows the physical chaos he pushed back at the dawn of time to surge forward again, literally dismantling the very structures of life he first put into place. The Great Flood is the absolute perfect example of this. Think back to Genesis. What's one of the first major acts of creation? God separates the waters to make a space for life to exist, right? Well, the flood story uses the exact opposite language. The barriers are broken down, the waters from above and below crash back together, and the world is plunged back into that chaotic, watery pre-creation state. It's like a cosmic reset button, a literal undoing of a creative act. And you can see this same exact pattern with the plagues of Egypt. It's brilliant, really. Just look at the parallels here. Creation brings life-giving water. Judgment turns the Nile River into blood and death. Creation separates light from darkness. Judgment throws Egypt into a terrifying, total darkness. The earth brings forth life. Locusts come and wipe it all clean. Mankind is created for life. The firstborn are struck by death. You see what's happening? This isn't just a list of random disasters. It's a systematic decreation, a terrifying demonstration of the Creator's absolute authority over the order he made. And here, this is the absolute climax of that whole idea. The prophet Jeremiah, when he's describing a vision of judgment, uses that exact phrase from the very first page of the Bible, tohu wa bohu, formless and empty. He is literally watching creation get rolled backwards. The lights in the sky are gone. The world is being unmade. It's a truly chilling vision of total uncreation. But, destruction isn't the final word here. If judgment is the Creator's response to chaos, then what's the whole point of it? Well, our final section pivots from all this destructive power to its ultimate and maybe surprising purpose: restoration. Now, just listen to the tone of this verse for a second. It's not fear, it's explosive joy. The sky, the earth, the trees, the entire created world is told to sing and celebrate because judgment is on its way. So why on earth would anyone, let alone all of nature, be happy about that? Well, the answer is in what judgment actually does. From this point of view, judgment is the ultimate act of making things right again.
It's a cosmic restoration. It's putting the world back into that state of harmony and justice, that mishpat, that the Creator designed from the beginning. It proves God hasn't given up on his project. And maybe most importantly, it's an act of liberation, freeing creation from the grip of the chaos and corruption that's holding it captive.
So, in the end, the roles of creator and judge aren't in conflict at all. In fact, judgment, even when it looks terrifying, is really understood as the creator refusing to abandon his creation to chaos. It's the ultimate expression of his commitment to cleanse, to restore, and to redeem his own work. It's the final proof that the creator's ultimate goal has always been and will always be life.